Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I will be making a video to explain and maybe even clear up any confusion about what's been happening with my last channels and how I've ended up on this current channel. This video will be mainly made for those who were subscribed to my last channels, but if you are new to my channel, feel free to stick around and enjoy hearing some tea get spilt, I guess, as it's phrased. That's fucking weird. Anyway, the reason why I say my last channels instead of my last channel is because, you know, usually when you have an issue with one of your YouTube channels, you then move to a new one to fix the problem or to get away from it, and that tends to solve the problem in most cases. But not in this situation, because instead of just leaving the channel I had called Prios, I ended up making like 3 other channels in between that one and this current one. So basically I had to make multiple new YouTube channels, and this wasn't over a space of time. This was in the same fucking week. And the reason for this is because there are 3 people trying to, I guess, stalk me in a way. Obviously not actually stalking me, because as any normal human would be, I'd be pretty fucking concerned about my own safety right now instead of filming YouTube videos. But yeah, stalking is probably the best word I can use, if I'm honest, because these 3 individuals called Mark, Frank and Connor for some reason find it funny to constantly look for every new channel I make purely just so they can hate on the content I upload. The reason I say they stalked me is because instead of just accepting the fact that I deleted my Prios channel, they then went out of their way to waste hours upon hours of their time to literally hunt for my new YouTube channels. And the way they did this was by looking for my social medias that I used to promote my YouTube, such as my Twitter or Instagram, and also even going through certain people's followers lists who they know watch my channel, just so they can find what my new Twitter or Instagram is. Let's say if I was to make a new one to get away from those 3 people. And in my eyes, that is complete dedication, and I don't get why anyone would be that fucking eager to find someone's channel that they actually go out of their own way to go on a full search mission through my subscribers' accounts. And this was such a pain in the arse, as you can probably imagine, because of the amount of times I thought I was going to be able to finally get away from those people and just start fresh without worrying about them finding it, only a few hours to a day later to then receive some kind of sarcastic comment or trying to be kind kind of comment on my latest video, letting me know they had found me again. And I can't stress enough how secured I thought my channel was each time I made a new one. Like, I'd sit there and think to myself, okay, they won't find this one, there's no way, right? I was wrong. They would have found me from looking at an old social media account that has some kind of link with my new one, or by using methods I would have never have thought would have left a direct path to my new account. And you know, each of the 3 times they found my new channels and I had to make a new one, I started to realise how much more secure I was making my newer channels, and therefore decreasing their chances of finding me as well each time. The thing is, they weren't just stalking my new channels and hunting for every new one that I made. They were also doing this to my brother Zypha and a guy called Erin, whose channel is now called iCitrusFFA, who some of my older subs will know as Quinton TV. Now, the 3 channels I made before this one were Nifix, R6Nexa and Nexo R6S, all of which they found in different ways, which I'm going to get to in a minute. But basically the reason why I even deleted my Prios channel, for those wondering, and just as a bit of context, was because I was getting dislike spammed. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not bothered by receiving hate if there's a good enough reason for it, or say if I get the 1 dislike off the 1 person, because naturally that just comes with being a YouTuber and putting your videos out there for people all over the world to see. But then there's a problem if you're using 10 accounts to dislike someone's videos, and yes, that happened to me. I was posting fairly normal content that doesn't harm anyone and was simply made to entertain the 30 odd subscribers that I had on the channel, but every video I made, Frank and his mates would switch to multiple fake accounts and dislike spam mostly every video I made for no reason whatsoever, other than probably the fact that they think I'm cringy or because they think it's funny, which it very much isn't. And this happened for a few months, or probably from the day I made the channel back in late May 2019, except with every video, over time the dislikes progressively increased until I came to a point where my average of 6 to 7 likes was being overtaken by like 10 or 11 dislikes, and this clearly was going to give my channel a bad reputation and make my content look seemingly worse than it was. And going forward, I decided I didn't want to put up with this anymore, so I made a video to announce that I would be deleting the channel or privating the videos and moving to another one, which was a video that looked like this, called Goodbye. And when I made this, I got a quite triggered response from Frank and a sarcastic comment from Connor, of which had a thread of responses beneath it, which I don't have time, sadly, to read through, but they were pretty funny, not gonna lie. Especially when a guy called MVP Elliott jumped in at my defense to make some very valid points against Connor, who tried to justify his reasons for why he should have the freedom to shit on my content, which he can't seem to understand why I am bothered by him and his mates hating on me for literally every move I make, and instead try to battle with me and MVP Elliott for a reason why him and his mates hating on my content is perfectly fine. And it just baffles me that he even had the slightest bit of confusion about why I wanted to delete my channel, because I'm pretty sure any person in my shoes would do the same thing going forward, if it means they can get away from that bunch of pricks. Anyway, so the point is, I kept that channel up for memories so I can look back on the privated videos in future, and also to prevent them free from trying to go through my subscribers' channels, and also from looking through their subscriptions lists, of which some of my subs had on public, meaning Frank and his mates could have easily looked at who they're subbed to and possibly found my new channel. I'm now going to finally get to the ways in which they found the 3 channels I made after the Prios one. Now, with the Nifix channel, there were many ways they could have found it. The first way being that in my Goodbye video on the Prios channel, in the Rainbow Six Siege gameplay, you could see my Xbox gamer tag popping up every time I got a kill or when I got a replay, and my Xbox gamer tag was updated at the time from Wombo Combo Gamer, for those who remember when I was called that, to Nifix R6S, as I wanted to somewhat promote my YouTube name when playing on Xbox, even though I didn't put YT in my name. And I have a feeling that they could have seen the word Nifix in my gamer tag and used that to search for my YouTube channel. There was also another way, and this was maybe less likely the way they got to it, and my brother was the one who found this out. But basically, when he searched up It's Questy on Twitter, which for a bit of context was my bro's old YouTube name back in early 2018 and 19, when he searched this into Twitter, it came up with an old tweet of his from 2018, and my bro used the same Twitter account as when it was called It's Questy, but had just changed the name to Ylux, being one of his previous channel names. And say if Frank was to make a new account on Twitter because we blocked all of his main accounts, he knew what my bro's old channel was called, and he could have easily searched that into Twitter and found his new updated profile from that old tweet. Now, of course, his new Twitter had the link to his channel in the bio, and obviously Frank could have then found me and Erin's channels from the fact that my bro put us two in his featured section on the side of his channel page. Now, the final way I could think of was that the fact that Erin has an Urbex channel, which, surprise, surprise, Frank and his mates already know about, and on one of the latest videos at the time, I had commented using my new channel, which obviously he could have seen and easily clicked on to find my channel, which I also featured my bro's and Erin's channel on the featured section. There could have been other sneaky ways that they used to find our channels that I haven't thought of, but those I suspect were the main 3 ways that those guys found us. Then when I deleted my Nifix account, I changed it up to this, basically to say to Frank that yes, I know you found it, and then kind of make a joke out of it by saying in the featured section, nothing to see here, cunts, and naming the channel as It's Getting Deleted, Frank, and also left a message in the about section just to say what I thought about it all, which you guys can feel free to pause and read if you want. But then I moved on to the R6 Nexa channel, and the way I think he found this one was because Erin has or had a Twitter page to promote his Urbex YouTube channel called Exploring the Yuri, and basically Frank knows his YouTube page under the same name, so he most likely followed the Twitter account as well. Now, what happened is that when I made the R6 Nexa channel, Erin followed me with the new Twitter and was still following me with the Urbex account, and what Frank will have done is check who Exploring the Yuri is following and then have access to my Twitter page, which had the link to my channel in the bio, which also led to Erin's and my bro's new channels again because they were featured on the side of my channel page. After this, all 3 of us guys then deleted those YouTube channels, and we all made brand new Twitter accounts as well, apart from Erin, who I'm pretty sure didn't want to risk having any social medias to promote his YouTube because it was too dodgy. But anyways, after deleting that channel, I then moved to the Nexo R6S channel, which I made a brand new profile picture but kept the banner the same as I liked the style of it, and only had it for a day on the Nexa channel. I only only had the channel for several hours, and as you can probably imagine, it got found as well. And this time it was because one of my subscribers called Verdixalations, shout out to him by the way if he's watching this, Frank's friend Mark was that desperate that he looked for one of my subscribers' Instagram accounts, and just to cover up his identity, he used an account called GubOfficial2020. Now, obviously Verdixalations was probably quite unaware of the fact that this was a fake account by one of those three, and he let GubOfficial follow him. And what Mark did next was go through his followers lists, and as you can guess, he found my bro's new Instagram account for YouTube, and he will have clicked on the link in the bio to find his new channel. At this point, my brother deleted his Instagram for YouTube because it was too dodgy to keep, and also made a brand new YouTube channel and Twitter. Surprisingly enough, the GubOfficial guy didn't find my Instagram yet, so I thought to myself, I will be fine for a while, and he might not see my Instagram account and Verdixalations followers straight away, so I gave it 4 hours, of which in that time I put on my story that I was going to delete my Instagram account as a sort of a disclaimer to let people know what I was going to do, instead of just straight away deleting my account on there and making people more confused. Then I was told a few hours later that keeping my Insta account up just so everyone could have time to see my story was maybe the worst mistake I could have made. My brother did warn me earlier that day that leaving the story up for a while was a bad idea, but being me, I took the risk, and it ended up that the guy Connor had found my new channel through my Instagram from doing the same thing as the GubOfficial account and going through Verdixalations followers list. So I then finally deleted that Insta account and the YouTube channel and made a new Twitter, and now I am here on this channel called Zypha. So before anyone wonders why I don't have an Instagram link in my descriptions, my banner and etc, it is because of all that, and I decided that I'm not going to use Instagram for promoting my YouTube, at least for a while anyways, because it is quite risky and easy for those guys to find me. So maybe in the future when my channel has grown more, I might get it back, but until then I will only mention my Discord and Twitter profiles on this channel. Currently I've had this Zypha YouTube account for around a week now, and none of them have found it because of how secure it is, and I can only hope it stays this way because I don't want those cunts watching my channel ever again, because they try to act all innocent and pretend to be nice so I won't delete my channels, but then the reality is they dislike spam me, and they are abusive and toxic people to have watching your content. I hope you enjoyed hearing some tea get spilt, and hopefully I also cleared up any confusion for those who came from my previous channels. But yeah, I hope this video wasn't too lengthy because I know a lot of my subscribers won't want to watch a video that's 30 minutes long of me explaining shit, but I'll do my best to make this video as short as I can. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like down below, and also subscribe if you haven't already, as it would really help out, and don't forget to click the bell icon so you don't miss a single video I upload. Sorry if this video was kind of confusing, and I hope it was easy to follow along with what I was explaining at some points, but nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Goodbye.